Hi everybody, this is month 2 for Daryl. We're checking back in with you, and he has a lot of things to tell you. This is month number 2, and this is inward sight. Learning about inward sight is all about learning the things that you do consistently wrong and changing them, as well as learning how to see inward and see and feel what's going on. So, remember Daryl? This is Daryl. Daryl, please tell everybody, what have you gone through?
Well, inward sight was kind of recognizing my body, kind of the difference between pain and soreness, and when something was sore, why was it sore, how did it get sore, and sort of being able to look inward and recognizing these different areas. I have a torn rotator cuff in my right shoulder. And it's always been painful. Like anytime I did anything like shoulder to overhead or push-ups or anything, it's always been painful, to the point where one month you couldn't even touch the AC joint. Like literally, if your hand went close to it, I would like shy away. And now I don't even think about my shoulders. Like Patrick will say, "How are your shoulders?" I'm like, "Oh, they're fine. They're right there below my neckline where they should be." He says,
I can do things like this.
Yeah. He says, "Don't you have a tear?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I do have a tear. That's right. I forgot about that." But
so many people, latch on to these concepts of I have a tear, it's going to be with me, and it's always going to be painful. No, it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to be.
You have to recognize that. You have to recognize and see. Oh, once upon a time this was here, and it still could be here, but it doesn't have to hurt you. It doesn't have to ail you.
Right. Now, obviously, if I was to engage and try to drop and do 50 push-ups, it's not going to like me very much, but the fact that I can just go throughout the day and just have a normal work day or a normal life day and not have to think about like, oh, my shoulder hurts, oh, my shoulder hurts, oh, my shoulder hurts, or oh, my knees hurt, oh, my knees hurt.
Well, tell them about that. Tell them what you just told me today.
So
tell them that.
When I first came in, I came in for knee pain. Now I'm walking in the door and he says, "Tell me about the pain," and I'll say, "What pain?" "I have soreness."
Soreness. So the concept of learning inward sight is, well, again, I'm doing all the talking. You talk.
Well, so now they've moved from a level of being painful all the time to a level of soreness where I can tolerate it. I understand what's going on. I understand there's a healing process going on. I can kind of look inside and say, all right, I need to focus on blood flow. I need to maybe do a little bit more trigger point, maybe a little bit more foam rollering.
Well, tell them about the videos.
Watched all the videos, so being part of the school, the program within the school.
Yes, we're a school.
You're a school. I have access to online videos, so there's everything about like how to foam roll properly, how to stretch, different trigger points for different areas. So you have your glutes, your soleus, your quads. I mean, your calves.
He's using technical terms. I know that. Now you know he's doing his own.
Yeah. And he has all sorts of videos on there, like the pain chart, kind of layering like painness 1 through 10, soreness 1 through 10, and then after that there's tightness 1 through 10. So really, you have to kind of look in yourself and say, does it hurt? Is it sore? Or is it just a little tight? Like, am I just limited in my mobility? And that I never really thought about before. I think I came in here once and I said, "Oh, my knees hurt." And Patrick looked at me and says, "Are you sore or are you in pain?" And I said, "What's the difference?" And he said, "Obviously you haven't watched the video." I got busted. I'll own it. Needless to say, I went home and watched the video. So there is a difference. Trust me, there is a difference.
It's huge.
I mean, if you look at, we're now in 2014, but I look at, anytime I do any type of workout, whether it's a walk, a workout, a run, a bike, anything, I log it. So I went back to look at my log from January 1 to January 1 of 2013 to 2014, and there was only one time in the entire year, and I mean, I trained for 2 triathlons. I did probably 29 different running races. There was only one day in 2013 where I ran 3 days in a row. It was July. It was July 2nd, July 3rd, July 4th. I did a 4-miler on the 4th.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I wasn't so happy afterwards.
I was not happy. I was not. He's right. I was not happy afterwards. The 30th, the 31st, and the 1st, I ran 3 days in a row, and I felt great. I felt great each day.
That's an accomplishment right there.
So, I mean, and I definitely could have pushed it again the next day, and I said, let me give myself a rest day. There's no need I need to push it a 4th day. I could have. I usually could have done a mile or 15 minutes or something like that, but I didn't need to. So I listened to myself and I said, I'm gonna take a rest day, and I'll pick it up the next day.
That's inward sight right there to its best. He knew he could do it more, but you know, he looked inside and said, you know what? I don't have to. That's mentally saying I don't have to. Physically, his body could have did it when once upon a time he couldn't run 2 days in a row. Now it's running 3, wanting 4. But he said, you know what? I don't need it. You know, and that's a tribute to you. Like, that's something, like, we had this discussion right before we sat down here, and we talked about, you know, I'm no longer driving this car. You know, one of the things I talk about is roles of a therapist, and my role is no longer to get him from point A to point B. I'm literally in the sidecar just...
He's the coach.
I'm the coach.
He's my coach.
And now it's just at that point where he's just saying, what about this, what about this? And I'm saying, all right, why don't you try this, 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 and this. Or he's saying, I tried this, this, and this. And I'm just saying, yay, good job. And that's all to you, man. Like,
that's all to you.
I can bring a horse to water, but
right.
you know, I can't get him to drink. And
correct.
you're
that's
doing
correct.
Everything that you need to do, and this is what you get.
You can live pain free. You can do it. You can do it. I'm definitely proof positive to do it. Am I the fastest athlete out there? No. I mean, I'm not going to win the local 5K. I'm not going to be standing on the pedestal at the New York City Marathon. But I go out and I compete. And that's what's happy. And I'm happy. And I'm happy to do it. Absolutely. But before I was miserable. Like, even if I did 2 days in a row, that second day running, I got to tell you, every step I would see flashes of light because the pain going through my body was so bad. But I would just push through it. I was like, no, I gotta dig down deep for my mental toughness. No, what I was doing, I was probably just tightening everything up, and putting myself into protective mode so nothing could heal. So I was never healing. The entire year I was going through, nothing would ever stop. Even if I took myself rest days, I wasn't, because I think I was just so locked up and so protected that I couldn't see inside to say, I just need to just relax, just let it go, and just kind of, it'll be okay.
He's breathing.
And I'm breathing.
And he's breathing. Oh, he's making me so happy. Well, folks, this is our second month.
Second month.
He has, you know, month 3, month 4, month 5, and month 6. You know,
geez.
So we got a lot of things to tell you and show you, and
we'll be back.
We will be back.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.